kids, and welcome back to Imagination Station, where we read stories, talk about stories, and then discuss the moral of the stories. So I'm here with my friends,
Rima
and
Hassan.
Next time we have to write your name instead of saying it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a big crayon here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure last time there was.
So I'm here with them, and we're going to read a story now. Today's storyteller is my friend here, Rima.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell me a spoiler about your story.
Yeah. Okay. Have you guys ever thought, okay, today is a day I'm gonna be the most polite person in the world, and then you be polite to everyone, but you end up being so polite that even when people push you to your limits, you're polite. And then finally you're like a water balloon who's filled with so much water that the balloon's gonna burst. And then finally when you reach your last straw, you just burst like this.
That's interesting. Have you ever been super polite?
Never.
Well, that's not very good to say on television.
I've been polite, but not super.
Super, okay. So, kids, we're going to come back after the break to read the story with our friend here. Kids, we're back here with Imagination Station, and we're going to read the story with our friend here. So buckle up, Hassan. You're ready, our storyteller?
Yes.
Yes, the mic is yours.
Okay, so today's story is Marry Rightly, So Politely. Now, Mary is not your average girl who makes a resolution for one day of being polite and then starts becoming very rough the next day. No, she is very, very polite by nature. But being polite is good, yes. But letting others push your limits, well, not so much.
You're right.
Today, Mary's gonna learn how to conquer other people as well, to tell people no, okay?
And I love that the name of the story rhymes together.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
really
very nice.
Yeah, it's very attractive. Now, Mary Rightly was a good, polite girl who spoke in a small, soft voice whenever she asked for something. Mary Rightly would so politely say, please. She always so politely said, thank you. And sometimes even, thank you very much.
That's so sweet.
Can I please have cheeseburger?
You're hungry, right? Yeah, you are.
Mary's voice was so small and soft. She even had to say things more than once, which is really extravagating, if you ask me.
Thank you.
So she has to say it more than once because
people never hear her.
Oh.
My name is Mary and I have a baby brother. Mary said softly. Mary, please speak up. The teacher said. Mary tried. My name is Mary and I have a baby brother. She said just a teeny little louder that the teacher didn't notice.
Do you think it's she's polite or she's shy?
She's shy.
Yeah, I think she's a bit more
I think she's been
both.
pushed in her childhood to be super polite, and she just ended up being a
Mix of
polite
both.
stick who never moves.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not like that for one.
No.
I cannot survive. When Mary's baby brother was nearly a year old, Mary asked her mother to take her to a toy store. She wanted to buy him a birthday present.
She's sweet.
Boy, I wish I had her for a sister.
Exactly. She's sweet, she's polite, and she's quiet. I mean, she's the perfect child.
Yeah, the perfect. The one with the, perfect child that parents are like, oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
we wish that we had that one.
That's not fun. On the bus, Mary Rightly gave her seat to an old lady. Thank you, said the old lady. You're welcome, said Mary Rightly so politely.
She's so sweet.
She didn't complain when a boy stepped on her toe. In fact, Mary Rightly so politely said, I'm sorry.
So he stepped on her foot
Yeah.
and she apologized.
Yeah, if
Do you think that's
ask
nice?
me,
Well, if you guys want me to be super, super, super polite, just give me food.
Hassan!
if you ask me, you should stamp that boy 10 times extra.
No.
How dare he stamp a little girl?
Yeah.
I'm kidding, don't do that. But still, it's not good to stamp others, okay?
Exactly. We never treat violence with violence. Yes.
When Mary and her mother reached the toy store, it was very crowded. They had to squeeze themselves in the doors. And who did they find inside but their neighbor, Miss Giles, who loves to gossip.
Ooh.
As her mother and Miss Giles chatted 19 to the dozen, Mary waited, trying to keep out of everybody's way. Oof, excuse me, said Mary rightly so politely, as a handbag bonked her on the head.
Poor girl.
I know.
Please tell me she didn't apologize.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
She's gonna be
Okay.
outside for days.
Exactly.
I feel so bad for. I think she can make a world record.
With saying
Saying
sorry.
sorry.
Yes.
Squashing herself against a shelf to let a man pass. That's when Mary spotted Teddy Bear. It was a perfect gift for her baby brother. But just as she reached for it, a pair of hands whisked it away. Excuse me, said Mary rightly so politely, but the girl simply walked off with the teddy bear. Bye-bye, teddy bear.
And she didn't even stop to see.
No.
Poor Mary.
Mary knew it was not polite to sulk. With a little sigh, she looked around. Up on the highest shelf, she spotted a fluffy duck. Excuse me, Mama, said Mary rightly so politely. She took her mother's hand and gave it a little squeeze. Mama, there's a duck up there, she said. But before her mother could look, the duck was poof, gone. Mary knew that it was not polite to sulk. And,
Yeah, and I think like every time she spots something,
somebody's taking it away.
exactly. It's like they're spotting her. You know, whatever she wants, we'll take.
Really
and
cross with her.
And this girl won't say anything. So just like let's
We'll
do
have
it.
fun.
Exactly.
Mary knew that it was not polite to sulk. And Mary knew that making a scene was even worse. So she bit her bottom lip and blinked back her disappointment.
Poor girl.
I know. Don't worry, Mary, said her mother. We'll find something else for your brother. Then she went back talking to Mrs. Giles, 19 to the dozen. As usual.
Oh, poor girl.
But now, when Mary looked around, the shelves were no longer full of toys. Mama, said Mary rightly, so politely, and this time she tugged her mother's hand, which she didn't consider very polite. Just one more second, Mary, said her mother. That's when Mary turned and saw it.
What did she do?
The little blue elephant had round pink cheeks, just like the elephants Mary and her mother had carefully painted on the walls of her brother's room. And it had a sweet little smile with her like her baby brother. And just as she reached for it...
Please tell me no one took it from her.
I think you're really asking for this.
Tell me what happened.
A lady stepped and took it. Excuse me, said Mary rightly so politely. Excuse me, Mary said a little louder. Excuse me, but the blue elephant is for my baby brother. My
Finally.
baby brother.
So finally she spoke up.
Finally. Oh, said the lady, I'm so sorry, dear. She handed the elephant to Mary. Thank you, said Mary rightly so politely. And I'm sorry for raising my voice. That's quite all right, dear, said the lady. I didn't see you there. And I'm sure your brother will like this elephant very much.
She's a nice person.
She went from, excuse me, this is my blue elephant from my baby brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, she took it at the end, so that's a good thing.
Replied Mary. Her mother knelt beside her. I think it's perfect, sweetheart, she said. So Mary took the blue elephant home on the bus. That's a very lovely elephant, said an old gentleman. Thank you, sir, said Mary. Can I see that elephant? Asked the little girl. Of course, said Mary. It's a birthday present for my baby brother. At home, Mary ran straight to her brother's room and dangled the blue elephant over the crib. The elephant smiled down at her baby brother. Her baby brother smiled up at the elephant. "Happy birthday! I hope you really like it," said Mary rightly so politely. "You have no idea how much I struggled for that and how rude I had to be." "Ma ga 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 ga," said her baby brother. The end.
Oh, that's so sweet. And she thinks that she became rude,
Very rude.
because she asked for what she wanted.
She even said, "Excuse me."
Exactly.
I don't think I'd have had patience for that.
And I don't think her voice was that loud. I don't, I'm imagining that. It wasn't really
like
that
a really
loud.
squeaky, tiny girl.
Exactly.
I can't imagine
Like
her
a shy
being
girl.
rude. Yeah.
Exactly.
Kind of, yeah.
So, kids, we had lots of fun reading our story with our storyteller here. And hopefully we'll be back to discuss more about the story soon. Hello kids, and we're back with Imagination Station. We read the story with our beautiful storyteller. Now, the story was amazing. It talked
you.
about how to be polite, but Mary was, over the top polite.
Yeah.
And, sometimes when you see someone overly polite
You're like,
and
"Excuse me."
exactly, some people will take advantage of that.
Yes.
They will, step on, like the
Yeah.
boy stepped on her
Yes.
on her feet,
They
or
will.
sometimes take what they think is
Yeah.
theirs because she's sweet, she's polite, she won't say
They
anything.
really push the limits.
Exactly.
And to be honest, there's a saying that a good person's anger is the worst anger, because they were really sweet, and then all that anger must have been bottled up somewhere, because it's human nature to get angry.
Exactly.
Finally, bottle it up so much, it's gonna burst all together.
You're right.
So it's gonna be like a tsunami. At the
You're
end,
right.
so.
And sometimes in the story, some of
Yeah.
the things that happened, like
Yeah.
stepping on her legs, or some kid took the toy
Yeah.
from her. I'm interested to hear what Hassan would do if something happened to him. Please don't say cheeseburger.
Okay, so if I was a polite man,
Yeah, you are.
very polite.
You
Yes,
are a
thank
polite
you,
man.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, lady.
You're welcome.
So if I was polite and someone tried to test my limits, I would go unpolite.
So what is like being unpolite? Because we know that we can't treat violence with violence.
Different people
and
have
cursing is
different
out of the
ideas.
question.
Yeah, of
exactly.
politeness.
So how would you react if someone took something that you really wanted in the store?
Excuse me, this toy is my toy. So you give me it, or you pay for it and give me it.
That's a nice thing to
really
say. So he will
nice.
give it to you because of I don't think they'll pay you toys.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. When we talk about politeness, we want to be polite. We want to
Yeah.
say please and thank you
Yes.
and sorry. But again, we don't want to apologize for things that we didn't do. Because that's like being over the top.
Yeah.
So I love the story. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We
Yeah.
learned so much
Thank
about it, didn't we, Hassan?
I was thinking about cheeseburger.
I know you are. So kids, while Hassan goes and eats his cheeseburger, we reach the end of our episode today, and hopefully we'll see you soon again. Bye.
Bye.